Well, this week, of course, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and that means a lot of green and a lot of talk about being lucky. But how much of that luck do we actually create on our own? This morning, as we connect with Cook, we learn how to sort of make our own luck. We are excited to have Dr. Heather Cook back with us this morning. Welcome back to the show.
Great to be here as always.
I always love your topics.
We're getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, so we're all wanting to be lucky, right?
Right. Leprechauns and luck and all that good stuff. But you say a lot of that has to do with sort of creating your own. We can kind of help luck along the way.
Well, one of my favorite quotes is chance favors the prepared mind. So the more work you do on the front end, the more chances that you have because you're already prepared. That's not new. It's just a new way to look at it. And I think that we tend to procrastinate and things, right up into the last minute, and then we're like, oh man, they're so lucky they got to do that, or wow, I can't believe that happened, they're so lucky. Well, actually, maybe their organization and their level of being proactive was different than ours, and we weren't able to capitalize on something because we weren't prepared for it.
So doing our homework plays a role in just how lucky
this is a great lesson for the kids at home. Yes.
See, kids.
The big, huge project, and it lingers. You're like, you need to work on it, and it's this big lingering thing out there. If you just, chip away 5 to 10 minutes a day, then it's not overwhelming for you, and you are satisfied and feel great about the end result versus stressed and overwhelmed about the fact that I have this huge project and it's lingering and I'm not doing anything about it. Because tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow.
Well, and sometimes I think it's easy to just say, I got lucky. I mean, and it's like, well, you didn't really get lucky, you prepared, you put the work into it, and, we can kind of tell if we're being maybe a little bit more laid back, maybe a little bit more kind of lazy on the matter and just hoping that maybe luck will come in and save the day.
Well, it's like the more research you do, at some point, you connect something. It's why our children get mad at us when we know something they don't know. We've had years of experience to collect this information and collect these experiences, and then all of a sudden we're connecting all these things like, oh yeah, this is how it happens. And that happens in daily life too. You're like, oh wow. And it's because you've had those experiences and you've done your homework to finally, those two things that didn't seem to connect, finally connect for you.
And we can use this, I would imagine, on our day-to-day, but also on some of our bigger sort of life's journeys and big projects that we're working on.
Well, I think it's so interesting. I was riding with my daughter and I was saying, you know what, I'm doing this segment about being lucky, and I really think the more prepared you are, the luckier you are. I was like, what's that mean to you? And she said, no one needs to look for a 4-leaf clover because everyone is their own.
Isn't that amazing?
I know, and I'm like, really, it's about perspective. So whatever your level of lucky is, or however you determine how lucky you are, is really about your outlook. And so maybe we should listen to our children more often.
Children are so smart. Some of the things that they come up with, I'm like, that is so true. I never thought of it that way. I love their perspective, the innocence. And of course, as we're getting into this, so much of that, we were talking about just what the last 2 years have been like and living through this pandemic. And I think more and more those perspectives came into play because we realized we can just sit here and this is all just going to happen around us, or we can figure out how we're going to pivot to try to figure out how we can bring some of this luck into our life over these last 2 years, difficult years.
Well, I love talking about Grace and Gertrude and who are you going to show up and be. And I think Grace probably feels very lucky most of the time because of the way she looks at life. And so some people can have the exact same example, exact same situation, but their takeaways are very different. And so I think that in order to be lucky, you've got to have this great outlook, this positive outlook, and you can have a day of positive things and one negative thing happen, and what are you taking with you? Let's take the stream of positive things that happened and not that one thing, because sometimes that's like our default setting. I'm just stuck on the bad, and then you don't feel lucky when really it's your perspective.
So many blessings. We just have to actually look for them and identify them. And so many times things happen and there is nothing you can do to change it. I mean, you may have tried and put your homework in, and sometimes things just happen.
And that's true. And that's true. And so then it's not about luck. It's just about reality.
Yes. And we just take that and we make the best of it and we keep moving forward and hope for better next time.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
All right. Always a good topic. Great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. We are creating our own luck, some good luck as we get ready for St. Patrick's Day. For more information, cookmilestones.com. She's got great videos and other advice. We'll be right back.